strengthen our economy through the shift to zero emissions. Visit us at earthjustice.org. Earth Justice, because the Earth needs a good lawyer.
Gabe Neitzel here. Catch Jen, Gabe, and Chewy mornings 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. It's time for the best 60 minutes of your life. This is the Homer Hour, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. Alongside ESPN's John Anderson, here's Emmy Award winner Homer.
The best 60 minutes of your day. Oh, baby. How will John Anderson be? How confident will he be? Will he have even noticed that anything happened? He has made me a follower of anything Kansas, Missouri, because I just want to see if there's anybody as crazy as he is in assessing the rivalry or what he will do or has done. And I thought that guy kicking with a chance for the kick, I would have thought that's something that the professor at an earlier age would have been comfortable with. But I will not speak for him. I will let him answer and understand that he is now a professor at Missouri, so he might be limited into what he can say. I don't believe you have tenure, do you, sir?
I am not on the tenure track.
I'm not hearing
I will never have tenure, so and that's fine by me. No, listen, I think it was a bold play by the young man.
This is so good, we have to make sure I can hear you. Don't think it's at my end.
We haven't had that problem in a while. Test 1, 2. Here I am.
Got
hello,
it. You're
hello,
here
hello.
now. I said I thought this was something that you would have felt comfortable doing, but now you're a professor, and I'm not sure you can say that because I don't believe you have tenure.
Yeah, I said I am a non-tenured track faculty member. I will not ever have tenure, so we just throw myself on the mercy of the court if that would happen. But listen, the field goal distance was nearly impossible. So I feel like this young fella, in the face of insurmountable odds to get the $25,000, did the right thing. And God bless him for thinking quickly on his feet and taking a shot at those guys and moving on. I am in any camp that goes against the other fellas. It's,
Yeah, but I believe you. I thought you would believe he would have done it even if it had been a 10-yard kick.
No, I don't think so. I don't know that would have been that would have been the same thing.
Okay.
So, but it was that was.
Is there any way to explain the joy? You have fascinated me even more than 7-2.5 by the emotion of Kansas, Missouri. Is there any way to explain? I don't know. I do not think even Packer fans, I don't think even the greatest Packer fan can fully understand your passion, Kansas, Missouri. Would you agree with me there, or have I gone a little too far again?
I think people have some idea. I don't know that they maybe take it quite as. Listen, I am not proud of myself. It's not well. I'm not well when it comes to that. I tell people it's petty, it's childish, it's mean-spirited. I should be a better human being than that, but I am not. So that's what makes it difficult.
You give yourself a pass. I can seldom remember anybody. I can see giving someone else a pass, but I can't really remember anybody giving themselves a pass. There's nothing you could do in your life regarding Kansas, Missouri that you would feel an apology is necessary, or I can only go this far. There's no too far for you.
No, I think eventually there might be. Now, we have not really hit those depths yet, but I think at some point, if we explore deep enough, there might be something where you'd go, okay, I would have a limit.
Yeah, you're not there yet.
No, and listen, like I said, I think I told people all week, what really scares me is Lance Leipold's a really, really good coach. And that terrified me because I think he's really good at what he does. and he had a quarterback that's a sixth-year guy, so those guys know their way around. And, yeah, I was terrified. So I did not – I am one of those people that left with a great sense of relief, and then the joy is kind of coming to me. But I just was like, you can't lose this game. After 14 years, it's on your turf. Like, it was nerve-wracking. It was you talk about the best 60 minutes of your day in this show. That was a 3.5-hour, 4-quarter ulcer.
That's the best 3.5 hours of your year. There's nothing that could occur as great as that, given how long it had been since they played, right?
Well, no, because there's a possibility
World Series with that trumpet.
No, like if the Tigers had lost, that would have been despondent. But there's always a chance that like they could have been in a 4-bus crash on the way home, and that would have brightened my day. But it still would have been, tough.
Have you used the famous line from the 60s? Yeah, there was a station wagon with 4 Kansas students, and they went off a bridge and into the water.
No, I don't want
everyone died. Do you know what the tragedy was? Do you know what the tragedy was?
The car was new?
No, the car held 6.
Okay, that was close.
Okay, you were close. John Anderson.
But no, I don't wish that. I don't want any of that to happen. But I would love for them to crash, and then they're like, I got to sit out there for 6 hours waiting for new buses to come by and all that kind of stuff. That's
there you go.
Well, yeah, I have some limits there. I just want their life to be as inconvenient as possible.
Ooh, I like that.
But they did it. They won. Yeah. SEC Nation came to town. Everybody got to see a bunch of old friends, which was nice.
Are you underestimating
Missouri? Maybe. I think early I did the first 2 games, but I think their quarterback's pretty good. That's what we were worried about. Like, okay, do we have a guy that can play that position? And I think this fellow Bo Presbuel is pretty good, and he's a Penn State transfer who literally the only real experience he played the second half last year against the Badgers, and did fairly well. But so we're okay. And then the Packers won, and then like I said, the Brewers swept, and then the Cubs put 5 on the Nationals in the ninth that we didn't see coming. It was it's going to take some to have a better weekend than I had the last few days. But the Packers were super impressive, right? I didn't see it coming. Like, I thought they could win that game, but I didn't think they were going to really essentially walk over the Lions. And then
they bullied the bully.
They bullied the Lions, and they literally okay, because sometimes you win and the other team still does kind of what they do best. The fact that they took all those running backs and just mooted them was really impressive. That they lost track of St. Brown a couple of times and Laporta once or twice, but other than that, man, they had them under lock and key the whole thing. And Gibbs and Montgomery, those guys wrecked games, and they got nothing. They got no air throughout any of that. So as much as we're going to talk about Micah Parsons and what he did, which was great, that run defense. Everybody's like, gosh, no Kenny Clark in the middle. Those guys held up and did a great, great job. I thought that was kind of the stars of the game was that interior of that line and how they held up.
Who is Colby Wooden? Who?
I do not have a Colby Wooden jersey.
I think the majority of people in the stands had no idea who he was. That's what I think. Not even his family expected him to have the input that he did. All right, let's just at least be accurate in what I said, and then you can respond accordingly.
Okay.
I said the division is over. The Green Bay Packers are that sure a division win, and I state that for one major reason. Not that it will occur with 100% certainty, because if he did, I'd gamble on it. But that if they don't, people need to realize and be disappointed. This is not an overreaction. This is an appropriate reaction to the team, to all the aspects, including the game they won and how they won it. They haven't won it, but if they don't, you should be shocked based on the Green Bay Packers team. You can destroy, agree, or disagree with anything. You should be shocked if they don't win the division.
What do those surveys always have? Like strongly agree,
Yeah.
disagree, or
On a scale of
strongly
1 to
disagree?
10. Yeah, they go from 0 to 10. 10 is the strongest agreement. I think you're about a 5.
Yeah, I don't know that I don't even know if I fully agree. I certainly don't strongly agree. Just as if they had gotten run out of the building, I'm not so sure I would have totally said, well, that's it. Welcome to a top 5 pick that we just gave to the Cowboys.
If they had been bullied
I tend to be a
by
bit
the
more
Lions
measured.
as they had in the past, I would have actually said that. This team ain't winning the division. But it's not just the win, but the manner of it. I'll take a 5 from you. That's no problem.
Yeah.
Because they
that's
could
the
have
high
won
end of the-
50-0, and you still would go no further than a 5.
No, I could go. I could go high. There were still some things, right?
What?
Offensively, they missed
What?
some opportunities on offense. Right. No, if it was 50-0, that'd be a whole different thing when you watch it.
In the first half, they took away the Packers' run, and so they scored, in fact, on 2 plays. And it's 17-3, as someone stated. That was the biggest play, the biggest period, those 2 plays in the game. And for all reality, it looked like, and it played out, the game was over. They weren't going to score many points on that defense. The final score in the Homer standings, just so you know, is 27-6. That's the manner in which they beat them. Somehow we need to have some way to put points for and points against that throw away points like the last 7 that they got.
Right.
They dominate. And in the second half, if you were concerned about the running offense in the first half, it wasn't good. They all of a sudden were able to run the ball in the second half. I think Jacobs had, 60 yards in the second half after 6 in the first.
Yeah.
Everything you wanted them to do, they did. So I'm capable of finding any negative at all, but you've got some salt in you, so fire away.
Well, that and as always, see, your position then casts me as somehow the pessimist and the naysayer when all I am doing is while I agree that they were impressive.
Okay.
Super impressive. And listen, I thought Josh Jacobs was great. I texted a buddy of mine midway through the game before even he had scored again. I'm like, that guy is just doing yeoman's work because they can't run it, but they haven't given up on it. And he just starts charging his head in there and makes these great runs for 1.5 yards. But it really was, those were meaningful carries, even if they didn't seem to be meaningful yards. So I thought he was terrific. The line will still need to have to run block better, but they protected Love pretty darn good. And it's more of a passing league than it is a running league. So yeah, there was nothing there to be disappointed. There was everything to be optimistic about. I just have a bit of more of a governor on my my golf cart than you do. My golf cart only goes 13 miles an hour. Yours goes 27. Is the street legal?
Yes, I expect in the future for people to say, quoting the professor 7.5, Homer, you could use a governor. And I'm not talking about a politician. Nicely done, yes. I believe that I have a governor. So, because there are other steps to take.
Again,
I will not say they're going to win the Super Bowl. I will not say they're going to get to the Super Bowl. Yeah. But as far as the division, it's over. And if they don't win it, you have a right to be shocked or as irritated as you want. Because they're the best team in the division.
This was a team that was 1-5 against the division a year ago. Excellent point. Thank you. And 2 teams, one that won, 15 games, the other one 14 games.
Thank you. Keep going,
please. Those teams are going to have to back up a lot. And the Packers are going to have to go forward a lot to make that thing flip-flop. And I don't think you can do all of that. Not yet. You can't do all of that in one weekend. That's all I'm saying. You can't do all of that in one weekend.
I didn't say they're going to win by 8 games. The difference could be 1 game.
So they're going to win.
Yes, but my point is, I didn't say anything about how weak those teams are. They might just win by 1 game. But they're winning.
Sure. Still a long way to go.
It is. Yes, it is. There is a long way to go.
But listen, the other thing that I found optimistic out of all this is usually in that opener, they're not great. right? Because they play so little in the preseason, and this year they were especially putrid in the preseason.
Keep going.
But they've had some really dog first games, and so that to me was also a win. It's just that they look like a real football team coming out. I don't think we can also discount the fact that they actually had the opening weekend at home for a change, right? Like I guess I did not realize I was 60 years old when I found out LaFleur had never opened a season at home. And I think that made a difference as well. I think there was some juice for those guys to be in Lambeau Field.
Yes. I do have bad news for you, and I purposely didn't tell you because I was afraid you might come up with an academic meeting at the last minute. There's no Jason Wilde tonight. He's on assignment. So it means you have to have me for the whole hour, and I feel bad for you and for the audience. And I apologize.
I'm fine. I'm fine. You just can't get on your cot. You just don't get to take a sleep. You don't get to sleep for the next 8 minutes.
Yes. I also want to mention that in the future, I need to have a list from you of Packer people or different individuals that you would like as an alternative when, in fact, Jason is on assignment. Like, I could call Dave Robinson. He's been really nice. I don't know of the other people in the media that are still in Green Bay or those that left Green Bay. Anybody on the John Anderson list?
Where'd Demovsky run off to on us?
What?
Where'd Demovsky run off on us?
What is the Demovsky is now on Monday?
Mondays at 5:30 with Brian Bulaga.
Right.
Okay.
And you have Jason on Tuesday. Yeah, they have like 8 million things they have to do.
They all do.
Right. And it's hard for me to comment when I do a 1 hour show. I'm kind of required to appreciate the hours necessary of other jobs that might limit their availability. But just in the future, I'm going to you can text me a list of different people that you would like on if Jason can't make it. And you're allowed to put anybody's name there on the planet Earth.
We should get the other John Anderson in there.
Excellent. Great choice. Yes. I think he would like to do it. I'm not exactly sure what he does now. I think he's retired. He was a teacher for a while at Brookfield Academy. And yes, that's excellent.
Weren't his daughters? Didn't he have a daughter that was a very fine athlete?
Yeah, I think his wife was a swimmer at Michigan, and I think one of his children. I think he had a daughter who was a very good swimmer as well. Yeah. So we'll work on that, and you can give us a plan B, but we'll keep that private because there's nothing's gonna. You'll allow me to find any John Anderson to fill in. But it must be John Anderson. There are a number of John Andersons. I think I looked up Wikipedia. There's a musician that's John Anderson. You would prefer.
You know that, yes. Don't ask her on a straight tequila night. Heck yeah.
But is it okay for me to say that when Jason Wilde is not on, I will work on John Anderson?
Yeah.
Until you say, Homer, we've taken this too far. Let's move on to the plan B. But yes. John Anderson will be asked, and I will call him within the next day or two because I have met him a few times. Not for a while, though. I haven't seen him. And see if he's available. And he will always be the first choice when Jason Wilde is on assignment as he is. The John Anderson 7-2.5. Second quarter, next.
More of the Homer Hour coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We do have a few accidents still up on the board to deal with. 175 southbound south of I-94. This is basically Brewers Boulevard. The left lane is blocked with a crash, so be careful with that. Westbound 94, right at the ramp from Mitchell Boulevard. We do have a crash off on the right shoulder. And then we've got another crash, eastbound 94, right about at 68th Street on the left shoulder, still being worked on there. Now, eastbound 94 backing up from Highway 100 through the stadium. Westbound backed up from the Marquette all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Traffic is brought to you by Racine Danish Kringles. Football season is here. Add Kringle to your tailgate and make your guest day. Order at kringle.com or call 1-800-4DANISH. And check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, Mostly cloudy skies, a slight chance for showers, mainly to the north and west of Milwaukee, a low of 58. Tomorrow becoming sunny, a high of 75. Tee off at Lake Lawn Resort's Majestic Oaks Golf Course, 18 holes lakeside in Delavan. Whether you're a pro or just starting, it's the perfect course. Book your tee time today at lakelawnresort.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Greg Matzek, Gary Ellerson, the day after reaction show you need in your life.
This offense, Matt LaFleur's side of the ball, dragged this whole team through where they are right now.
It's Potawatomi Sportsbook Football Mondays with Greg and Gary.
The defense got hot at the right time. That might be what we're seeing here with the Packers defense as well.
Live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook Studios from 6 to 8 p.m. every Monday on 94.5 ESPN.
I've been to my fair share of green and gold games, and the best way to get there is with AccuTrans Group. At Good Karma Brands and ESPN Milwaukee, we use AccuTrans Group to get our partners to and from Green Bay, and it's always first class. From stadiums to concerts and tailgates, your game day fun starts the moment you step on board. Sit back, relax, and let their professional chauffeurs handle the traffic while you enjoy the ride. AccuTrans Group is Milwaukee's premier ground transportation, available 24/7 with sedans, SUVs, limos, vans, and buses. Book today at AccuTransGroup.com.
Two perennial women's college volleyball powers meet Wednesday, September 17th at Pfizer Forum. Be there as Marquette and Wisconsin take the court. The last time they played in 2023, over 17,000 fans attended the match. Make plans now to see these in-state rivals on Wednesday, September 17th, starting at 8 p.m. Limited tickets remain. Don't wait. Go to Ticketmaster.com/Marquette and secure your seats for college volleyball action at Pfizer Forum.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Did you know Love was born November 2nd? Did you know Love was raised in Bakersfield, California? Did you know Love played college football at Utah State? Are you looking for lots of Love touchdowns the rest of this football season? Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor, where we love being your one-stop shop for everything alcohol-related. With our selection of over 15,000 varieties of beer, wine, liquor, and mixers, all at the lowest prices in town, Discount Liquor has all your tailgating needs covered. We are your football party beverage headquarters. Discount Liquor, 2 locations, Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma and in downtown Waukesha on Barstow and Maine.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
See all of our weekly specials at discountliquorinc.com.
In the Midwest, we know the real deal on the field and in your wellness routine. Higher Love Cannabis Company in Menominee, Michigan offers top-tier Michigan-grown CBD products, no shortcuts, no synthetic knockoffs, just clean, green certified, organically grown CBD crafted for fans who expect the best. Whether you're gearing up for the game or winding down after a win, swing through Higher Love just across the Wisconsin border and experience the highest quality CBD in the Midwest. Higher Love, the real deal, no limitations. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD.
This is the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It is the John Anderson Homer Hour. The Discount Liquor poll question last night. Will the Packers win the Super Bowl this season? 52% said yes, 48% said no. I voted no, but I did want to know where people were at. That's why I do these poll questions. I was a little surprised, but it has been an incredible run of Packer joy since Micah Parsons joined the team. I've got to check how many days that is. I think it's like 12. I apologize. 12. Is it 12?
12.
Yeah, day 12, because every day I feel like I should say this is day 13 of Micah Parsons. Still one of the great surprises in my life following sports.
Yeah, I was unavailable last weekend when that happened, and I was too. Like, when it happened, I can't believe they pulled the trigger on that thing. And I know you guys have probably rehashed this.
Go ahead. We always want to know your thoughts.
I thought he came cheap, right? He came for kind of what the sticker price on somebody like that would be. I don't think they went overboard to get him in here.
I do want to add, I have heard secondhand some information like Philadelphia was interested, which makes sense to me, and they offered more. I haven't seen anything confirmed, and that was the surprising part when it occurred. There was no mention of other teams. And it's idiotic for the Cowboys, with a player of that magnitude, to not make it open to everyone. And in the end, I believe that Jerry Jones, the Cowboys, did him a huge favor sending him to the Packers, given all the other options that might have been there. So
the Eagle thing, which I'm sure they called, I just can't believe you would keep that guy in your division if you got rid of him, right? That would just be, my buddy, I got a buddy back in Connecticut who's a big Giants fan. He's like, just thanks for getting him out of the division. And so I can't believe there was any, they would have, yes, the Eagles would have probably had to add more to their deal, but how much you have to add to keep him in your division is that would have had to be an awful healthy offer for them if you're the Cowboys to do that. But the guy, like you said, he's energized everybody within the fan base, but I think the team was energized by having that guy on there, right? I think every one of those guys feel better about themselves because they realize what that guy can do for them, right? Whether it's take up a blocker, whether he could collapse a pocket, whether I don't have to, if I'm the corner and I don't have to cover my guy as long. Like everybody on that unit gets better just because that guy puts on a jersey and walks out on the field.
Everybody could only hope that the defense would be like this with the addition of Parsons, and you don't know that it will stay, or you don't know that, in fact, it will. But for one game, everything you hoped Micah Parsons would do, he did, and he didn't even have to play. I mean, he played a little, but
right. But yeah, they didn't. Here's we gave you one page of the playbook, right? Yeah. When they snap the ball, go get the guy with the ball. Go get Goff. That's all you have to concentrate about today. So he was good. By the way, your boy Coop played nice. He didn't get to the quarterback, but he tackled so well. And
he only missed one big one. He missed a big one on a run by Williams, cost him like 10 yards, which have made his stats even more impressive. But
right,
have you now put him in the Packer Hall of Fame as I have already, or you're not there yet? So let me know when
not yet. No, but he's close. He's close.
Yeah,
he's close. Listen, he's one Defensive Player with a Week award from being in there.
Yeah, I like it. People can't see her unless they're watching you. How you like to smile when you say that?
But yeah, he airballed one. But for the most part, and since you always laugh when we're talking about Hudson. But tackling in the NFL has not improved. It has only gone backwards in the last couple of days.
Great point.
They tackled really well, and as little as they hit in camps anymore and stuff, especially with as shifty as those guys are in their backfield, that they ran for nothing, and that even their passing game, when usually it's like, okay, here's how we can sneak them off into some space, they were even worse, right? Their yardage per reception was lower than their yardage rushing the ball, or very close. And that never happens.
Everything you wish the Packer defense to be, they did it all.
So, and then all I ask is then just do it again. Anybody can do it. Anybody can do it a one-off, right? Daniels on a short week, Daniels and those guys, that Washington group, they can be pretty salty offensively. So I'm glad you get them at home, but just now do it again, right? I don't need to do it 17 times. Every once in a while, you're going to have a stinker in there. But early on, I'd like to see them do it again. But, Hafley's stock went up in our book because those guys they all played really well. And then, by the way, if Hobbs can come back, I chuckled as I watched the screen with, the morning. Here's all the report. And I'm like, all those guys, we said they're going to be fine. They're going to be ready to go and they'll be back. All of them were questionable. And I think Hobbs is the only guy that didn't make it back. And I would say that Jordan Love, made a really good case for himself to never have to play a preseason game again. Between hurting his thumb in the one he played in and coming out and playing like that, I don't know that Jordan Love will ever play a preseason game again in his life.
I'll join that club.
Yeah. I think his days are over.
Unless, and this is when you show great respect for a player, unless he came up with a reason for it. I don't know what that would be. But yeah,
like the pitcher in spring training, like I just need to go throw 2 innings because I want to throw nothing but curveballs.
Well, or if you have some muscle, some issue, and I think he's earned what you just said, and also earned that he wouldn't be goofy about it. There would be some legitimate reason for it. But yeah, I'll go with it. There's no need for him to ever play. Because when he needed to, he was out. That series when they scored on 2 plays, that changes the view of everything.
Yeah. He doesn't need to be. He doesn't have to be a hero in August ever. So you can just hang out. We don't need any August heroes. We need guys that'll stick around. But yeah, he just put it on him, and all of a sudden you're like, and that's why sometimes you look at the stat and you're like, oh my gosh, look how out of whack the time of possession was, and it was because of that one here. We just go down and just. The Lions had nice drives that were literally kind of fruitless to come out of it, but they just ate up a ton of clock because he went down there and just said, well, let me just see if I can take care of this little number right here.
And the greatness of a defense that can hold a team to a field goal and do it in a manner in which you're expecting it. And that's why I thought the last touchdown was a bit of a fluke. It was an incredible catch, but again, it wasn't. Even in that period, you just got the feeling they could prevent them from scoring. But
and listen, and there's something to be said for holding up in that, because the way the league's built and the way you can throw it around, like the number of teams that are up comfortably and then find themselves in these one possession games at the end, or you look at like the Bills were dead. Baltimore was like, I can't believe we're gonna go back with a win, and it didn't take long for that thing to turn. And the fact that Packer game never turned. Yeah, the Vikings took a little while at least. They kind of eased into it, and the Bears kind of decided to go in the tank. But that Bills thing turned, and the Packers literally. Even the gimme touchdown, like you said, not gimme, but the throwaway touchdown at the end, that didn't come easy. And they literally never gave the team from Detroit, they never got air. They didn't breathe all game long. And so that was, but I worry, because that's my nature. But you remember a few years ago when you
got a student that wants to talk to you. You can, if that's your phone, you can talk to your student.
We're past office hours right now. That's we just finished those up. Those are 1 to 4 on a Tuesday, Homer.
Aren't you available 24/7 to students in your class?
No, that was my daughter's phone that rang. That's how you can tell it was her.
Okay.
No, they can. I have my email. I will get back to you as soon as possible. You do not need my cell phone number. Certain people have it that I work with more closely and some of the other things, but no, 1 to 4. So if you ever need me, 1 to 4 on Tuesdays, I'm here before the show. That we're ready.
I might have some questions for you. Give you the latest on John Anderson. We'll take a break, but I had to look to see. John Anderson, of course, there are some problems here. Some people have died on you. John Anderson, who was the independent candidate in whatever year it was, 1980, he's gone.
Yeah,
and John Anderson, the actor, was in like 200 TV shows, and Perry Mason a few times. In MacGyver, he played MacGyver's grandfather. I remember the face, but didn't know the name.
I don't recognize him.
Okay, you can look that up. And he was
my high school chorus teacher. My high school chorus teacher at Green Bay Southwest was also John Anderson. He's no longer with us.
Yeah.
But that was always great because I could sign a hall pass and never felt like I forged it. They're like,
wow.
Anderson, why are you walking through the halls when you should be in class? Look, I got it signed right here by Mr. Anderson.
Nice. I don't know how many people have a name in which a teacher in their high school had the same name. This is a first for me. All right, we'll get back to the more serious stuff, like what the professor, 7'2.5" John Anderson, thinks would be an appropriate discount leaguer Twitter poll question. The question yesterday was, will the Packers win the Super Bowl? And more than 50% said yes. And I think they're wrong, but I think there is I'll let you think about it during the break. I think there is a level of enthusiasm that I can't remember in a long time for a team that didn't win the Super Bowl the year before, get to the Super Bowl the year before. There's There's nothing in the last few years that should make people as positive as they are. Oh, yes. Even Brian Bulaga. This is the quote. Did you make a copy of that? He will get it. You will not believe Brian Bulaga, and we'll do that after the break.
All right, I want to hear it.
Yeah, you'll be shocked. Next.
The Homer Hour is back after this on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Eastbound 94, we have an accident there from at 68th Street off on the left shoulder, and then there's one on the westbound side, basically in the same spot, 68th Street off on that right shoulder. So eastbound 94 backing up out of the Zoo interchange all the way through the Stadium interchange. Westbound's backed up out of the Marquette all the way to about 68th Street. More delays beyond that in Waukesha County, basically from Elm Grove Road all the way to Calhoun. Eastbound 94 also backing things up from about Highway 164 all the way past Barker Road. So just kind of a hefty ride out there right now. Traffic is brought to you by Tsunami Express Car Wash. Rain or shine, we've got your ride covered with premium washes and free vacuums. Tsunami Express, wash, chill, repeat. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Mostly cloudy, a slight chance for showers, mainly to the north and west of Milwaukee, a low of 58. Tomorrow becoming sunny with a high of 75. Weather is brought to you by The Pickler, Menominee Falls, your home for pickleball. 9 premium indoor courts, unlimited play, leagues, tournaments, and clinics, all under one roof. Join today at thepickler.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Get ready to say goodbye to those bland seltzers at the ballpark. Carbless is proudly Wisconsin-born, crafted by real people. A husband and wife team who wanted better cocktails in a can. They're locally made and blissfully better. Carbless offers a bold, true cocktail flavor that's made for baseball fans. Available in fan-favorite flavors like lemon lime, black raspberry, cranberry, and mango, bringing the craft cocktail bar to your seat. Refreshment that matches the energy of American Family Field is Carbless. Full of flavor, no sugar, and no carbs. Just game day bliss.
Escape to Lake Lawn Resort in Delavan, Wisconsin, where everything is better at the lake. Dive into endless outdoor activities, including boating, fishing, and paddleboarding on the serene Delavan Lake. Tee off at the lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course, or unwind in the award-winning Calidora Spa. Enjoy gourmet meals at 1878 on the lake, casual bites at the Lookout Bar and Eatery, and sweet treats at the Isle of Capri Cafe. Explore Delavan Lake's stunning shores and historic landmarks from the comfort of their 76-foot cruise boat, the Lake Lawn Queen. Book your stay today at LakeLawnResort.com.
Looking to heat up a career in HVAC? Dick & Trough Heating and Cooling in Milwaukee is now hiring HVAC installers and service technicians. Family-owned and operated, Dick & Trough offers competitive wages, a 401k match, health insurance benefits, and a winning, positive team culture that sets them apart. This is more than a job. It's a chance to grow with a company that truly values its people. Apply now to become their newest team member at dickandtrough.com. Dick & Trough Heating and Cooling. Come see the difference. Apply at dickandtrough.com.
Come catch the final battle of the regular season when the Brewers host the Reds Friday, September 26th through Sunday, September 28th. We're celebrating the best fans in the game on Saturday, the 27th at Fan Appreciation Night, presented by Toyota. Plus, if you're one of the first 30,000 fans through the gates, you'll take home a Brewers tumbler giveaway too, presented by Quick Trip. Come close out the regular season with the crew. Get your seats today at brewers.com/tickets.
Catholic Memorial Football.
To Devon Williams Jr., and he's into the end zone.
The Crusaders host West Dallas Central this Thursday.
Deep pass from Dalton Steike, and it's complete to Dustin Rhodes.
Crusaders football is brought to you by R&R Insurance, D&M Accounting and Consulting Services, Curative Care, Home Sealed Exteriors, and Tony Wendorf and Associates. Tune in Thursday at 4 on our sister station 1017 The Truth with kickoff at 4:30 and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Summertime is the time for all the big events. Weddings, milestone birthdays, even corporate events. Elevate every event with Noble Catering, a premier craft caterer in southeastern Wisconsin, preferred by over 30 venues. Noble Catering is also the exclusive caterer of Villa Terrace, an east side event treasure. And coming in 2026, Noble's new headquarters, a 400-person event venue in the heart of Bayview called Brixton's Turn. Book them for your event at noblecateringco.com.
You're listening to the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The John Anderson. Yes, he high jumped 7.2.5. Feel like I haven't done my job unless I specifically say that once each show. Jason Wilde is normally on. He is on assignment. In the future, if Jason Wilde is not on, I will be contacting someone named John Anderson first. The former Packer football player will be number one, and it's a little more difficult because many famous John Andersons are dead. The Discount League Twitter poll question yesterday was, will the Packers win the Super Bowl? I'm thinking today it should be, will Jordan Love be the NFL MVP? Because I want to see what percentage believe that compared to the 50% that believe the Packers will win the Super Bowl. I will not vote for Jordan Love winning the MVP. I do have a charity bet. I say I'm betting $500 that he will win the MVP in the next 5 years. What do you think of that wager, sir?
I think that's a big window.
But I think I'm still the underdog.
You think?
I don't know. I'm listening to you. You're the man of realism, but a certain level of optimism. People should not. You're not a negative person. You are a positive person who has a negative sword that can be sharp. How about that? You like that?
I don't know. Every once in a while, we pull it out and carve somebody up. So
yes.
Look, it is. I think he's got that ability, but he's to do that, still have to have a pretty good line around you that can be serviceable. You got to have enough playmakers so that you have people to throw it to. I don't know that he has stuff around that. And at some point, you got to win big. And I realize like Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson haven't actually gotten even to the Super Bowl yet because of the Chiefs in the way. But those guys are, their numbers are off the charts, and he's going to have to do something like that. I think will be one of these guys though that wins because his team will make a Super Bowl run. And I get it, right? They vote before the end of the regular season, blah, blah, blah. But he'll get there because they've had a very good season as a team. He will help. He will carry that group, and that will be
They
impressive.
won't win because of him, but they will win with him. How's that?
For sure. Yeah, but with any quarterback, you'd lose because of them. That's for sure. But I just think he will have to have a little bit more stuff around him. They've built that up. But there's just good competition. Like that window, like Mahomes is still going to be really good for a long time, and so is Lamar Jackson, and so is Allen. So, to unseat those guys, and then whomever else, might pop out of the woodwork and start to play well. So that's still just a hard bet to see if you can run. Then you get the guys that want to. Then you get the guys that you might like. They want to spread it around. Like I don't know. I get that Lamar Jackson had another 45 touchdown season, and he ran for 1,000 yards. But we're tired of voting for Lamar. Let's spread it around. So that happens sometimes.
Jordan Love has that working for him actually this year, I would say.
Yeah,
if the team did really well.
Right, because name me a time when Michael Jordan wasn't the best player in the NBA. Like, what are we doing? Who else are we voting for?
Yes.
Charles had a really good time. Charles had a really good year. The Suns have going to make it the finals. Let's give it to Chuck. Okay, cool. But Michael Jordan's the best player. So
yeah, that would be a great. How many MVP should Michael Jordan have won? Every one? I don't know that he should have won the first year. But just about every year he played for the Bulls, right?
After that, you feel like, he's,
That was not Michael Jordan with the Wizards. That was, as I like to call him, Al Jordan. Just like it was not Aaron Rodgers. It was Al Rodgers kind of at the end there. It's just not
Al
the same.
had a good game. Al had a good game. Al had a nice little opener.
He did. I watched that. I am aware of that because it's important because the Packers play the Pittsburgh Steelers. Otherwise, I've said this before. He's dead to me. All right. Will Jordan?
I am curious what his reaction will be, though, because he very much downplayed the Jets, and then afterwards he was like, I don't want to beat everybody in that organization.
Oh,
everybody.
Well, we know. The Aaron Rodgers we know wants to kick their butt. Just whoop.
Yeah, but I'm curious to see how much of that he'll voice.
Oh, excellent point. Yes. As a voice, since I said that we would do this before we went to break, Brian Bulaga and his comments about the Green Bay Packers. Listen closely, John Anderson. I said before the break, Brian Bulaga is excited about the Green Bay Packers as I can remember in a long time. Am I accurate or just making that up?
No, I'm stoked for the way that they play.
Stoked, yeah.
I'm stoked with the way they play.
I'm not as shocked as I was with the Packers winning, but I never expected Brian Bulaga. Stoked. What do you say, John Anderson, hearing that from Brian Bulaga?
Listen, this is where I'm more than happy to ride people's coattails if I have to. Right? I'll stand behind him if I have to, and let him, I'll take his joy. But listen, somebody that's been in there, somebody's been on a team that's been that good, somebody's that had that much success, right? If he can see it, that'll be, I'll buy it. Because during the preseason, I texted him a couple of times when they did. I'm like, did they even practice at all? They just been riding their bikes around. And even then, he did not seem like he did there. But that guy sees things in football games that you and I just don't. Now, I'll argue with any coach that would always go like, have you ever played the game? Because I think that's a cheap shot and a cop-out. That said, the guy that's been in the trenches and wrestled with a little bit like that, if he's got that kind of optimism from what he saw, terrific. And that line, the one thing is, even though the line had some trouble at time run blocking, I do think they're like, okay, that's our 5, that's our group, 7 with whoever they might rotate in. And with offensive lines, if you can get them together and keep them together, right? Look at some of the Packers' best lines were like, here's a free agent, a 3rd-round pick, a 7th-round pick, a waiver guy. But they played around each other enough that becomes a group, right? There's nobody else
in '96. Marshall,
there's no other group that 5 needs to be 1, right? Like defensive people, you can have on that defensive line, you can have 5 guys that can do their own thing, and it helps if they work together. But the offensive line, those 5 have to be 1, right? It can't be 5. It can't be 1 guy is part of 5. It's got to be 5 guys are parts of 1. And so I think that bodes well for them.
Marquette and Wisconsin women's volleyball score off Wednesday, September 17th. That is a week from tomorrow at Fiserv Forum. Over 17,000 were there in 2023 when they played at Fiserv. NCAA indoor record for a regular season match. Make plans now to see the in-state rivals play Wednesday the 17th, week from tomorrow, 8 p.m. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com/Marquette. Or you could win 4 tickets right now. Your name does not have to be John Anderson. Caller 4 wins 4 tickets to the volleyball match between Marquette and Wisconsin. Caller 4, 1-800-990-3776. And quarter 4 with John Anderson. Next.
More of the Homer Hour coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
This year, it just feels different.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Listen to WTMJ as the Brewers make their charge to the postseason. Brewers playoff coverage is presented by the Neurospine Center of Wisconsin and featured by Annex Wealth Management, Boucher Automotive, and Delta Dental. We are the home of the Brewers. WTMJ.
Homer here. Whether you're cheering from the stands or watching the game from your backyard, every fan knows great moments deserve great vibes. Swing into Higher Love Cannabis Company in Menominee, Michigan. Just across the Wisconsin border, they offer a full line of high-quality, clean green certified CBD products designed to help you relax, recover, and recharge no matter the season. Higher Love is organically grown, locally owned, and proudly one of the best in the Midwest. Visit them in Menominee or explore the full CBD lineup at findhigherlove.com/CBD.
I've been to my fair share of green and gold games, and the best way to get there is with AccuTrans Group. At Good Karma Brands and ESPN Milwaukee, we use AccuTrans Group to get our partners to and from Green Bay, and it's always first class. From stadiums to concerts and tailgates, your game day fun starts the moment you step on board. Sit back, relax, and let their professional chauffeurs handle the traffic while you enjoy the ride. AccuTrans Group is Milwaukee's premier ground transportation, available 24/7 with sedans, SUVs, limos, vans, and buses. Book today at AccuTransGroup.com.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf, before, during, and after the sale. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Love, Jacobs, McKinney, Golden, and now Micah Parsons? This year's gonna be fun. Now's the time to set a game plan for your Green Bay and Wisconsin pigskin parties. This is Marie from Discount Liquor. We are your football party beverage headquarters. Whether you need an ice cold keg, a bottle of your favorite wine, a unique craft brew, or hard to find liquor, we have everything you need, all at the lowest prices in town. Come see us today at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and on Barstow in Maine in downtown Waukesha. Voted best liquor store again.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings.
Wherever you're tailgating, we'll get you all set up with your favorite beverages. We're open daily 9 to 9 and Sundays 10 to 2. See all of our weekly specials at DiscountLiquorInc.com.
Discount Liquor.
Escape to Lake Lawn Resort in Delavan, Wisconsin, where everything is better at the lake. Dive into endless outdoor activities, including boating, fishing, and paddleboarding on the serene Delavan Lake. Tee off at the lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course, or unwind in the award-winning Calidora Spa. Enjoy gourmet meals at 1878 on the lake, casual bites at the Lookout Bar and Eatery, and sweet treats at the Isle of Capri Cafe. Explore Delavan Lake's stunning shores and historic landmarks from the comfort of their 76-foot cruise boat, the Lake Lawn Queen. Book your stay today at LakeLawnResort.com.
Two perennial women's college volleyball powers meet Wednesday, September 17th at Pfizer Forum. Be there as Marquette and Wisconsin take the court. The last time they played in 2023, over 17,000 fans attended the match. Make plans now to see these in-state rivals on Wednesday, September 17th, starting at 8 p.m. Limited tickets remain. Don't wait. Go to Ticketmaster.com/Marquette and secure your seats for college volleyball action at Pfizer Forum.
Welcome back to the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Higher Love Cannabis Company, located just over the border in Menominee, Michigan. Actually, it's 9 seconds over the border. Visit today. Easy stop before or after the game. You know what team I'm talking about. On your way through town, Higher Love Cannabis Company, Menominee, Michigan. Award-winning, trusted, the best in the Midwest. Higher Love Cannabis Company, the real deal. Flood of low-quality, unregulated products in Wisconsin. Higher Love Cannabis Company, safe, trusted brand you can count on. Organically grown, locally owned. Higher Love Cannabis Company, best in the Midwest, less than an hour from Green Bay, 9 seconds across the border in Menominee, Michigan. Find higherlove.com/CBD for more information. John Anderson, I always feel like I should have brought up the Brewers earlier. I'm not guaranteeing anything, but I'm expecting them to have the number one seed and to have the home field advantage throughout the playoffs as long as they go. Where do you stand on that?
Yeah, we're closing in on it.
Yeah.
You know, the math would tell you that that's really hard. The Phils might threaten a little, but I think we have this. Do we have the season series with them? But just if you, I was looking at the numbers the other day, and I'm like, okay, so let's say the Brewers play 500 the rest of the way, and I'm like, okay, then the Cubs have to win like 18 out of 21,
and they're not playing very well.
So they're scuffling around a little bit. So yeah, I think that's, as much as you can. That one, they've locked a lot of that up. It feel good. Like you can, try to rest some arms in there, right? I think the Brewers, it used to be you wanted to set up your starting rotation, right? Because you had those guys. And now since everybody only throws 5 or 6 innings, I don't really care which guy on that staff is the game one starter. I just want to make sure that all the bullpen arms are rested and ready to go, because I think they've shown some tired arms from that stretch. And then I want them to win a series because, as much as we love Craig Counsell, this is my bitterness. The guy won 1 playoff series his first year. After that, nothing. Jack. Good reason he's in Chicago. Go lose some playoff series for them this year.
Oh, yes, some salt. You carry some salt. what would you say? So if you were Craig Counsell, you would have never taken that job. You would have taken any other job. There's no way you would have worked for the Cubs after working for the Brewers. Am I correct?
Correct.
Like if you were the Packers head coach, you would never have left to go to the Bears or the Vikings. It's that simple.
Yeah, I think so. I'm a little more passionate on the Brewers on those things.
All right.
You know, I get they're only 32. Listen, he had I say this before. He had every right to go. He'd done everything he could for the franchise. We should be grateful. I just don't want to admit that and take,
I
give
couldn't
the guy
have done
credit.
it.
Like,
I couldn't have
you're
done
gone.
it. And
Go away.
I lived an
I couldn't
experience
either.
which I will not go public with, in which that was it wasn't the same thing. It's so much smaller. It's like an attendant at a gas station saying he was like Craig Counsell. It's not like that. But I couldn't have done it. I mean, I don't know that I would have wanted to go anywhere else. Like, all right, would I have gone to – I could have gone anywhere, but could I have gone to St. Louis? Maybe. I couldn't go to the Cubs. I couldn't have done it.
Well, what gets me is that if the goal was, one, I've served and done everything I can for Milwaukee and the franchise. That's true. Good.
Yes. Yep.
If the goal was now, because of that, I feel like I've done everything I can, and I'm tired of working on this budget. Totally understandable.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a chance to go reset the market for making money. Good. I'm in with all of those.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the freaking Mets then. You could have done that fine. Go work for your boy that hired you the first time and just go do that. Why you gotta go down to
anywhere but the Cubs? Is that?
Yeah. Why you gotta go down the old turnpike or whatever it was, the tri-state tollway, and go down there? So I don't know. I just hope he gets stuck in traffic a lot.
It kind of as you feel about Kansas, Missouri. You'll never. Yeah. You'll apologize if necessary, but never feel that bad for. I mean, you can't think of if the Brewers could do anything in the playoffs for you, wouldn't it be to beat the Cubs?
Sure, if they're in the way, that would be ideal. Yeah. But right now, I just want them to win. I'll take anybody. I'm not going to go, a few years ago, the Astros had a great World Series, right? Because I think when they won, they had beaten like Boston, then they beat the Yankees, and then they beat the Dodgers. Like, that's murderer's row of greatness in baseball. At this point, I don't care. If I had to beat the Devil Rays and the Nationals and the Rockies to win a World Series, I would not care.
Right. It feels special, and you just want some special in the playoffs. We'll decide how far that has to be, but there's got to be something special in the playoffs, right? There has to be.
How about, like, outside of council? How about we just get to the next round? Let's take that
and go from there. I will discuss it. I'm not sure that's special enough, but yes, that would be different. No. Fisco Auto Body, it's a family business, owned since 1931. It's not what they do, it's who they are. Yes, they still own the business, and they're still working and doing all the work. That's why they're that good. On Forest Home in Franklin, expert workmanship guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin. Yes, you'll love them, and then you'll thank me. Fisco, 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 to remember the name. On the tee, golf next.
Still dealing with some accidents westbound